guys can hold your, did you hit?
Yeah.
Go, okay. So first thing you want to do is you want to draw, this is just my recommendation. I would put 2 lines here to give you an idea of where your name is going to go. So like to basically keep it in line, okay? So I'm going to make this section like really big, okay? So just for the sake of time, you have a really short name, so I'm going to do yours. So every single line you make, you should make with a ruler, okay? I'm going to start to make Mia's name here. She started making hers, and I noticed that her letters were really, really skinny, and this can start to look really crazy when you eventually start to make them go towards your vanishing point. So for now, try to make your lines and your letters a little bit fatter, so then that way you can go back and add those other lines. And I'm just making this like really basic. You can make yours totally different as long as it is using a ruler for every single line. It does not matter to me how you go about making it. Mia has a really easy name because all of the letters in her name are very linear. And I'm blowing through this, so if you guys are confused, just let me know and I can walk you through it. Okay, so now we have Mia's name. Next step is for you to connect all the points of her name to the vanishing point, okay? So what I like to do is I like to put little dots where each of those are, so then that way I can say, okay, I did that one, I did that one, I did the next one. Okay, so on this one, there's a lot. So what I'm going to start to do is line up those points to the vanishing point and draw my lines. A big thing that I would highly recommend that you do is make these lines really light. So don't go and start and press as hard as you possibly can with your pencil, because you're going to be really frustrated when you go back and lighten those up and you aren't able to. Okay, so those look great. I'm going to make sure that I do all these other ones, but you're going to notice some of them you won't need to do. So like this one right here, if I try to draw a line to the vanishing point, it's going to go right through my M, and that's not what we want. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. But on the bottom, this one can go towards the vanishing point, but I'm going to stop once I hit this letter. So I'm going to draw just to the M right there, and then I'm going to stop. I'm also going to do this bottom one right here. And I spread the letters in Mia's name out like really far because she only has 3 letters, but you might notice that this dot here, when you go to draw that up to the vanishing point, might sort of stop wherever your next letter is. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm just going to do this fast because I know where they go. But I would definitely make sure you do this step with drawing all the dots, so that way you know for sure that you have everything that you need. I do it really fast, I'm sorry. So again, you're gonna see that some of them you won't need to draw the line and some of them you will. All right, so now I have Mia's name. This is my favorite part of all of this. So now you can go back and match up your lines with your ruler. So I'm just gonna line my ruler up with this line, move it up a little bit, and draw the same line up here, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing right here. I'm gonna line up my ruler, move it up here. Same thing down here. I'm gonna move my ruler all the way up here to where that other line ends, draw a line down. Now I can go in and I can erase all this extra stuff up here because now we don't need it. We've now turned our shape into a 3D M, okay? Same thing here. I'm gonna line up my ruler with this vertical line, draw the line over. Same thing here. Here's a vertical line. I'm gonna draw that over right here, done. Erase, erase. Okay, now I can erase this one too. The other thing is that once you are done with this, you can go back and you can erase this this line that I made for myself here. So This one it would make sense to keep, but in between each letter you probably don't need it. And then it's really going to start to come together at that point. So for this, I'll line up with this line to here, and then I'll line up my ruler with this line of the A, move it out. So just as a review for you guys, the lines that are here and here are that fancy P word that we talked about, parallel. If you notice here, my A looks sort of weird because it's a lot larger. So see how my M ends here and the I ends here, but the A is the whole way back here? You want to make sure those all line up. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my line this way, which means that this can all be erased. Which means I then need to redraw this over here. So I'm going to line this up, go to here, voila. And now you have three-dimensional letters, okay?